Hello, everyone. I am Lin Jian from Guangxi Mechanical and Electrical Engineering School. Before we start the lesson, it's important to understand that the fuel injection advance angle is a crucial factor affecting the combustion process of a diesel engine. Incorrect fuel injection advance angle can significantly impact the engine's power and fuel consumption, so it must be checked and adjusted regularly before use. In this lesson, we will learn about checking and adjusting the fuel injection advance angle of a single-cylinder diesel engine. When the diesel engine is operating, the diesel fuel is not immediately ignited upon entering the combustion chamber. Instead, it needs a short period to mix with air and be compressed before self-ignition occurs. Therefore, before the piston reaches the top dead center, TDC, the fuel pump must deliver fuel to the injector. The fuel injection timing is expressed as the crankshaft angle, known as the fuel injection advance angle. First, let's review the components of a single-cylinder diesel engine. 1. Water tank. 2. Muffler. 3. Air filter. 4. Engine nameplate. 5. Transport bracket. 6. Lifting ring. 7. Fuel tank. 8. Starter motor. 9. Reduction motor. 10. Hand crank hole. 11. Side cover. The diesel supply system consists of the diesel tank, fuel pump, low-pressure fuel pipe, diesel filter, fuel supply pump, high-pressure fuel pipe, injector, and return pipe. There are 3 methods for checking the fuel injection advance angle of a single-cylinder diesel engine. Let's go through them one by one. 1. Formula method. Arc length equals circumference times fuel injection advance angle. In the formula, R represents the flywheel radius. Convert the fuel injection advance angle into arc length. For example, with an S195 flywheel radius of 212.26 millimeters and an advance angle of 19 degrees, the arc length is calculated to be 70.35 millimeters. Measure 70.35 millimeters counterclockwise from the top dead center on the flywheel and mark it as fuel injection. 2. Empirical method. For an S195 engine, if the piston stroke S is 115 millimeters and the connecting rod length L is 230 millimeters, with a fuel injection advance angle of 16 to 20 degrees, the value x1 is calculated to be 2.8 to 4.4 millimeters. To verify: 1. Remove the cylinder head and high-pressure fuel pipe. 2. Rotate the high-pressure fuel pipe to face upwards and tighten the fuel pump connector nut. 3. Rotate the crankshaft to fill the high-pressure fuel pipe with diesel. 4. Slowly turn the flywheel. When you observe slight movement in the fuel level of the high-pressure pipe, stop turning the flywheel. 5. Measure the distance from the top of the piston to the top dead center with a depth gauge or steel ruler. If the measurement is less than 2.8 millimeters, the fuel supply is too late. If more than 4 millimeters, the fuel supply is too early. 3. Sound method. When the injector sprays fuel into the combustion chamber, a distinct hiss sound is heard. The injector's spraying time should be later than the fuel pump's delivery time to the high-pressure fuel pipe, with a typical difference of about 8 degrees. For a fuel injection advance angle of 16 to 20 degrees, the injection advance angle should be 8 to 12 degrees. To check, slowly turn the flywheel while listening near the cylinder head. When you hear the hiss of fuel injection, stop the flywheel. Measure the relative position of the TDC mark on the flywheel to the radiator mark. The injection should be timed correctly within an arc length of 30 to 40 millimeters. Otherwise, adjustments are needed. Now that we have covered the methods for checking the fuel injection advance angle, let's move on to the adjustment methods. 1. When the timing gear is correctly assembled, loosen the 3 bolts on the high-pressure fuel pump and remove the pump. 2. If the fuel injection is too late, reduce the thickness of the shim. If too early, increase the thickness. Adjust the shim thickness based on the amount of advance or delay. Typically, changing a 0.2 mm shim adjusts the fuel injection advance angle by about 3 degrees. Reinstall the high-pressure fuel pump, rotate the flywheel, and recheck. 3. If removing all shims still results in late fuel injection timing, machine 1 to 2 mm off the shim using a lathe. Then, use shims to adjust the timing to the correct value. 4. Using the reduced plunger pre-stroke method, remove the roller body and add a steel shim with a diameter of about 7 mm between the spring and the end of the plunger in a gear-driven pump. Through this lesson, we have learned about the methods for checking and adjusting the fuel injection advance angle, as well as how to resolve issues with the fuel injection advance angle. I hope this lesson helps you in your future work. Finally, consider this. Different types of single-cylinder diesel engines have different fuel injection advance angles and adjustment parameters. How should we determine and check them? This concludes our lesson. See you in the next lesson.